friends of the Lemurian Choir. This is the first of a series of instructional videos to help you along preparing for the grand event on December 21st on Maui. First, I will go into overtone singing. I will explain first about the nasal passage. The nasal passage is how you make the air go through the nose rather than the mouth alone. If you simply make the sound as at the end of ring, ring, and you squeeze your nose, ring, you will notice that the sound stops completely. This is because all the air goes through the nose while you make that sound. If you go ah and you squeeze your nose, you may notice, if you do it as I intend here, that no sound changes there, which means there's no air flowing through your nose and all the air comes out your mouth directly. You can combine these two, and this is what we are aiming for, by making a kind of a French or Portuguese so be a bit lazy at the back of the throat, and check it out if you are successful by again squeezing the nose, and you will hear some difference in sound, but it will not stop altogether. This is technique number one to help you produce clearer overtones while you are chanting. Technique number two is twang. I will not get too technical. Let's just do it by ear. If you make the sound if you imitate a witch or you imitate a diving airplane or that kind of sound. So to make a good overtone sound, it is useful to twang, because as you hear, this sound becomes more shrill, which is actually an amplification of the overtones. And this is one of the syllables that you may recognize from the seminar with Dr. Todd, the ow. So I'm now passing it through the nose, which you can check if you practice by squeezing the nose and see if there's a difference in sound, and by making it a bit more shrill than I would normally do if I sing, for instance, classical music. I would go oh, but now we try to amplify them. I'll do it again. Just in case you're not sure what to listen for with these overtones, if you chant this specific tone, it will have a correlation with the specific vowel qualities that you encounter on the way. And the build-up of the overtones, I'm standing here by a piano, so I will briefly play them on the piano. If I was chanting this C sharp, the first overtone will be an octave, the next one will be a fifth, and the next one will be another octave, the next one will be a third, then will come another fifth, and then will come a seventh, then another octave, and this way it goes on with the scale, and over the scale it divides up into smaller and smaller fractions. As it is now, as we are chanting you will mainly hear these overtones. So listen for them again. This C sharp is a tiny little bit higher, so we'll go back to this one. If you do the same sequence a fifth higher, you will be on the I'll do it again. This is another version of the same, but you hear as the fundamental note is higher, you hear a different range of overtones. So let's summarize now. If I do I can check by squeezing the nose if indeed the nasal passage is opened, so that I'm amplifying the overtones with the nasal cavity. I can listen to the sound. If I sound normal, let's say normal as a classical singer, oh, then I'm also not amplifying the overtone so much, because I'm actually singing the fundamental, making a beautiful tone out of the note I'm hitting, rather than and squeezing the voice a bit with my twang in order to make the overtones clearer. This is the end of the first video. I will make other videos about overtones and some other techniques to help you along. See below this video you will find some links and also my email address, marcthelemurian@gmail.com. So if you want, you can ask questions or do special requests if you think there's particular items in the vowels and the levels that may be helped by a video, and I think I can make it. I will certainly do it. So thank you for your patience, and have fun practicing.